Hello from Miss Grace. As we've been hearing what independence is and what it looks like for an upper elementary, there are some other aspects of independence and how our upper students can work on it and be guided to, to that independence. One is organization of personal items. When we were in primary, we were in enjoyment session in our minds about, wow, that pink tower has to be this way, or that material has to be in this place on the shelf. It was a key experience for students so they could build this understanding of organization and also have pride of that independence that is building inside them, even at a young age, to put material back in place. Put the fork and knife back in its drawer. Put the milk back in the refrigerator. But now there's so many things happening in upper elementary, and students are now developing the shelving system in their mind. What do I do first? How do I hold my items together? How do I organize it independently in my cubby? What meets my needs? Not the needs of the classroom, but indirectly it does. So we keep the classroom neat. So we keep the house neat. And how we could help an upper elementary student with this is with conversation. Independence comes with conversation. Where do you think that item should go? Questions. So they can develop, oh, it belongs in my cubby. It doesn't belong on the floor in the classroom. Where do my clothes belong? In a closet that I was provided. Now, some adults sometimes at this time don't even know where their clothes go, but we start to think about it when we're between the ages of 9 and 12. Organization also comes into play with our academics awareness and independent thought. Why am I studying for? Do I really like this subject? This subject's boring for me. I wish the teacher can do more. These are independent thoughts, and they're great thoughts, and they're healthy thoughts. But we independently, through observation of our own now at 9 to 12, see where my independence lies in my academic awareness, which goes to the next bullet. What do I have to get done for me, my independent work, for my knowledge of what I need to know? Well, how do I learn independently? How do I do my classwork? How do I do my homework? With guidance again, not saying do your homework, but what time do you think your homework can get done? A conversation again. In class, you hear a lot. What is the priority that you have to do? What do you have to get done? Is coloring before you have to get a science uh, project done? Is reading that book that you love come first before some math that it's due or language that's due? So this independence starts forming. And in Upper L, we like to say that we form this with our students through conversation. So they could understand that it's not something being forced on them, but something that they have to work on. And to help our students to be organized and independent when they do their classwork and homework, we're using technology, a software called Google Classroom. All right. And with Google Classroom, we're listing their classwork, which is it, which is different from their homework. Now, at home, how can they become independent? Well, through conversation as well. It's okay for anybody at home to say, hey, can you teach me on Google Classwork and Google Homework? I'd really like to know through this software what you do on a daily basis. I wouldn't advise you saying it every day because we want to forge that independence that they're looking online. And we're actually doing something environmentally is we're not using paper. So we're using an E type of system that doesn't use paper. So a student can log on just for a few minutes and log off to get what they need for understanding what is their homework. Also, something a little different of independence is during this time, the child or student develops this self awareness. And how am I going to look each day? How am I going to keep myself healthy each day? And personal hygiene is, am I going to brush my teeth on my own today? What time am I going to do that in the morning? What time am I going to do that when I come home? Or do I do it right before I go to bed? These independent routines. So, personal hygiene and daily routines come hand to hand, and they at this age start thinking about it, and that's independence for them. An upper elementary student feels, wow, I made these decisions. Yeah, my teacher doesn't like my pink coat because my teacher knows the rules that upper L and lower L, you wear blue and we have uniforms. So they will, through their learning of their independency of who they are, there are going to be boundaries that they're going to try to change. But that's all about being independent. If they were not trying or doing or testing their boundaries, their independence doesn't form. And so that old saying is, when is the right thing to say? When is the right thing to say something? Or what is the right time to say something? And when is the right time to step back? One of the things that I believe all Montessori teachers learn, and we would like to give you as a gift, is observation. The the all you could do for your child and what we could do for our upper elementary students is observe them. And through that observation, we can guide them to a very strong independence.